it's easy to.
I have just one question, if possible. I'm a big adopter of 3D technology, and I believe Naughty Dog's really pushing it in this game. My first question is, building it from ground up in 3D, we do know that there is quite a performance hit from other developers. Was that a concern at all?
Yes, hold that thought. Was that the first question?
That was the first question.
Okay, hold that thought. Yes, absolutely, there was. I mean, whenever you make a game in stereoscopic 3D, you have to think very carefully about the technical considerations that are going to let you do it or not. And you might be interested to hear that the same technology that lets you that lets us do the stereo 3D has also let us do two same screen split screen for playing co-op. Right, yes, exactly, yeah. Because what we do, we're able to render the game at a slightly lower resolution and then use the hardware scaling in the PlayStation 3 to scale it back up and get a really good picture both in the stereoscopic 3D and in this split screen mode. So it's a great question. Have you got anything to add, Nolan? Did they
Yes, acting in 3D is much 2D.
You have to kind of project.
You just stop doing things like, hey, don't you? No, I have nothing to add.
It's one of the brilliant things though, that once you've set up that initial technology, we do have to keep playing and watching the game in 3D, and we tweak the cameras sometimes, but it's amazing how much of the game simply works in 3D once you've got it set up and working. I don't know if there are any other questions in here. We'll come back to you if we get time.
Yes, check here.
Yeah, let's go to this gentleman next. Cool. And there's a... Okay, great. Somebody over there?
Okay, go to the gentleman now. Well,
I lost it.
My question is good.
Can we turn that on?
Turn this one off?
There you go.
My question to you, Nolan.
Yes.
You're, for most of us, the voice of this generation of consoles, with your various different voices that you do. How do you keep all of the performances fresh and different as you go through the time?
Well, I think every project's different, and you know, it's fun. You know, I would love to tell you how the technical aspects of it, and it's very difficult, but it's just flat out fun. I joke about the fact that I get paid for a living to do what I got detention in school for. You know, the teachers who said, "Where do you think those funny voices will get you?" EuroGamer Expo 2011. Keeping it fresh is it's just that, you know, as long as it's fun to me. I mean, honestly, working with people like Richard and other developers, you know, I had you know, I apologize to any Brits who heard the Penguin from and were offended, but they were a British developer. They're fantastic. And, it's a great game, and they, you know, they allowed me to, you know, go down into the Penguin land, didn't they? So
we're very excited about that game.
Yeah, and that's the other great thing about the people I work with. They're fans of each other, and you know, so it's just keeping it fresh is pretty easy. I mean, come on, we're making games, right? So it's not too much of a challenge.
I think there's a question over here.
Okay. This one's for Richard. Sorry, Nolan.
That's okay.
Where can
Something to say.
I was just wondering, where can I get that T-shirt?
You know, I don't quite know where you can get a German T-shirt right now. Do you know?
Steve Perry, lead singer.
You know, I bet if you come to Game City, I bet my friend Robin will have a few. That's where I got this one, actually.
Yeah, I guess I'll bet you one. Thanks.
Do we have any more questions?
Yes, right here in the front. I pointed at him last time and I felt bad. So that's good.
This one's directed at you, Nolan.
Yes.
You do obviously quite a lot of the voice, most of the voicing for it anyway, but in terms of scripting, how much of it is scripted and how much of it is kind of made up as you go along?
That's a great question. It's pretty much, Amy Hennig is our creative director and head writer. And with all joking aside, absolutely one of the most brilliant human beings I've ever met. She also, people don't realize this, and I just added it about 3 weeks ago. I've been with them 5.5 years. 3 weeks ago I found out that she also designs many of the objects. She comes from a graphic design background.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the objects that you'll see in there, the puzzles, she designs them.
Yeah.
And she
is
writes
a
the
game
script.
designer by trade. And
Yes.
I have worked together for a really long time now. We worked together on the Soul Reaver series of Crystal Dynamics, and she is a game designer as well as a brilliant writer.
But a brilliant writer. And there is a lot of collaboration, there's a lot of ad-libbing that goes into it. But I've said this before, you can't ad-lib until you have a good structure, a good story. It's like the trunk of a tree. She builds that trunk and she allows us to put little branches out there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the one thing that there's less scripting than others. The cinematics are scripted, and then we'll say, hey, let's try this. We have the time, we have the ability. Hey, what if I tried this? What if I said it this way? And we do that. But one of the unique things that Naughty Dog did in Drake's Forge and subsequently is something I like to call chasing picture. They will actually be at the design office and they'll do gameplay.
We'll record video of playthroughs of others.
Yes. And then bring it to me, the other actors will do it now. And I watch a monitor like this, and if I'm watching, like what we just watched, and there's no sound, and just like, God, it's hot. And I'll just make up stuff as I go. And Amy calls it affectionately "panning for gold" because it's a lot of stuff you're not going to use. Some stuff that would probably have social services taking the children away. And others that, hey, make it into the game. It's one of the famous lines from Uncharted 2 where I took my son's line, "Kitty got wet." And I threw it into one of those things and I said, "Kitty got wet." And I went, and I looked and everybody went, "What the hell was that?" And I had to tell the story about it. I said, "No, it's not dirty. I know it sounds dirty, but it's not." And I told people in the last one, for the Uncharted 3, it is my now 8-year-old, who was 5 at the time, or 6. We were skiing, and I was thinking, well, what's going to be the next? He said, I want to do the next line. Cooper got to do the first line in that game, so, all right, well. And he's coming up with stuff, and it didn't matter. It wasn't organic. He's just throwing stuff out. We're skiing. We're on a lift, it's the end of the day, we're exhausted, and I just looked and it's this beautiful vista, and I'm like, wow, you having fun, buddy? He goes, and he didn't even look at me, man. Yeah, I'm working my ass off today. I just went, and now
I knew straight away.
oh yeah, that was going to be it, because I knew part of the game, we had already been recording, and I knew there's a bunch of things where he's just beaten up and he just can't stand up any longer, and just thought that, one of those gameplay throughs where he hits the last guy, and I think that's where they put it. It's one of those
and I heard that line in the game the other day. I was doing a playthrough and it was some intense sequence of combat, and it comes at just
it's not quite as memorable as the Kitty Got Wet, because that sparks everyone's body, imagination, even though it's from an innocent 8-year-old.
And so we love this, of course, because we take the style from the studio and just bring it back to the office and put it in the game, and bingo, you get all this.
And I've learned that the stuff they don't use helps keep them awake.
Last thing at night, we pass it around,
just so everything you use. Yeah, it's like the Christmas reel, and it's black and too.
I don't know how much time we have left, but let's take another question. We'll keep going until they drag us off the stage. One more question.
One more.
Nolan, can you choose one more question?
No.
You have a sense of...
I'm not going to big hand her.
Oh, what about this guy right here?
This is for Nolan again. It's a short one. Chloe or Elena?
Why not both?
Thank you guys, thank you so much for coming on to see us today. We've had enormous fun, haven't we, doing this? And
Of course we have, yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, it's the reaction of the players of our games that makes all of the hard work and late nights worthwhile. So we can't wait to see what you make of Uncharted 3 when it comes out here in Europe, 2nd of November.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. It's so much fun to make. I hope you have, if you have half as much fun playing it as I did making it,
You'll be happy.
Yeah.
Tons of fun.
Yeah,
Cool. Thanks, guys.
again, math, it's not much.